Hey everyone, this is DavyBird16. I've got quite a few tracks I'm working on and also some more that you might not be interested in that I already released, but you will be interested in once I show you around. Today we're going to do some track tours of some of the newer RSR Dirt Sim tracks, and even one asphalt track that I'm doing for my friend Davo's modified mod. His wheel modified mod, and some upcoming mods and stuff like late model stock cars and some other divisions that race on that track. So I've got the free cam one. I don't really give a crap to what car I choose. The first one I'm going to do is Downtown Speedway. It's not released yet. Hold on, DMS, here we go. Unreleased as of now. Yeah, I'm gonna wait a minute before I start. I'm going to set the controls to the keyboard so I won't end up driving my car when using the camera, because I don't have a numpad on this laptop, and so I use Droid a Key Profiler to map my Xbox 360 buttons and joysticks to numpad buttons. Hold on, so I'm sorry if I sort of seesaw a little bit, like if I do more rolling. That's because I forgot to map my joystick to a couple of keyboard keys that you can use for the free cam, mainly the ones to go forward and backwards. So I might record this again. I don't know if the tours are sloppy. So hold on, I'm going to test. Here it is, Downtown Speedway. It's in the middle of a big city. Now, I'll tell you a few things. It's a quarter of a mile and it's real wide, based on a real life dirt track with a similar name, Brownstown Speedway. Except this has walls and whatever. Yeah, RSR City is way more populated than Brownstown. So here you go. Here's the fans. Here's the fan cam view. Come on. Pitch. I mean, not pitch, but whatever this is. Trying to see what does that look like. Here we go. So this is what a race would look like if you were there, which I'm thinking about incorporating into the game in a fan cam version. The fire truck and ambulance, all kind of crap. With the lights and stuff. I am going to do a night version of this. I just haven't gotten that far yet. Flag stand. Thank you DTR2 guys for the flag man. This caution light I made myself. Made everything but myself except for a few vehicles and stands and the base track, which I got from Dirt Track Racing 2 Bloomington. Now, the next track is Gas City I-69 Speedway, which I just recently released not too long ago. Gas City. I'm going to do the day version. I'll show you around that track a little bit. There's me and my late model. Dirt late models don't normally race there anymore, but yeah. Here's the press box. Now, I would have more going on, like in the back, like in the behind the stands is blank. That's because of some limitations in NASCAR Heat, because I put a whole grass plane underneath the drivable surface. Now that would cause an issue in NASCAR Heat if both the plane and the track on top of it were drivable. My car would flip all over the place. It was just partially me being lazy and not wanting to take the time to edit some stuff, which I might do a version in the future. Now, there's my hauler. that I put my dirt late model and sprint car and whatever in. The first time I've ever painted a hauler or a trailer or anything. Here's the pits, back to the grandstands, and oh god, looks like I forgot a texture. Hopefully no one notices, and I might post an update soon. And then here's the parking lot. Now there's the buildings in the famous Gas City water tower that I used to pass by as a kid. Now this quarter mile, dark grayish, blackish, dark brownish dirt, oval. It's kind of winding on both straightaways. You got to turn a little bit, and yeah. The grandstand, and like a hot dog stand and everything. I just gotta put that darn like I think it was a World of Outlaw stand that I forgot to do. The World of Outlaw stand from Bloomington. This is 100% original, 100% exclusive for Heat, by the way. I'm not making this for R Factor because there's a better version out there available, made by DWD, and also the old Dirt Factor version. I'm not making it for Dirt Track Racing 2 because too much work, too little reward. So yeah, here's a sideways view of Gas City. Make sure to look out for an update to this track. So hopefully I'll let you know and you can re-download it soon. And then next up, you might have seen this before, but it's called Bowser Motor Speedway. It's a fictional dirt track, not to be confused with the Bowser's Castle track in Mario Kart. This is a more realistic dirt track outside of Bowser's Castle. Now, as you can see, the overall design is sort of like Paragon Speedway in Paragon, Indiana, around Martinsville. Not Martinsville, Virginia, Martinsville, Indiana. Like in that it has no walls, no like overhill or anything, and it has a tall sign. There's a quarter mile. It has a lot of seating and yes, a fiery Bowser-like sky. And so there's the World of Outlaws trailer that I actually have a texture for, and I think flag stand that I borrowed from State Speedway. Oh god, how do I? Okay, here we go. There's the fan cam. Look from the stands. Now let's look at the castle a little more. There's Bowser's head. I got that's ripped. Everything else I completely remember myself, but there's Bowser himself. I managed to sneak a model of him from I think Mario Sports Mix or something in there. You can actually drive in the castle and meet Bowser. Unfortunately, he won't chase you or anything. Now let's look at the billboards. There are several that I want to explain. Okay, Donkey Kong's health food store, home of the organic banana smoothies. Okay, in Indianapolis, when I was a kid, my mom used to take me to this freaking awesome place called Good Earth. One of the best health food stores ever. They got all a bunch of organic, low sugar, non-artificial cereal and candy and all kind of stuff. And that's what got me hooked on carob chips, because carob, you're like, everyone's like, what the heck is carob? Well, it's like a substitute for chocolate. It's a different kind of bean, but tastes kind of similar and can be used sort of interchangeably. A few differences, like it won't melt as well and stuff, but still pretty good. And I used to eat carob chips and Brazil nuts like all the time until I got sick. And we would always visit that place, and yeah. Falco's Bakery, get your hands on our bread. If you're a Smash Brothers guy and no memes and misinterpretations of characters' phrases, you know where that's going, because I'm a big Falco fan. Couplings Inc., See, I had an idea where the couplings did something similar to where I work at, like Evansville Arc or GCRC or any like shelter work center for like people with disabilities and stuff, like where we do mostly piecework and some hourly pay work where you assemble things for products. Well, I did something similar. I have a similar head cannon for the couplings, starting in 1996 when the couplings pretty much fell out of the spotlight for Nintendo. They wanted to make some extra money when Nintendo didn't call on them, and so they made a business where they assemble parts. And obviously the production foreman and the overall supervisor is Ludwig, and he of course helps with them and stuff. And here's the thing, their biggest thing they do is assemble ADC diecast dirt late models modifieds. And you wonder why when you look on the bottom of one it says made in the Mushroom Kingdom. No, just kidding. Bowser's Motor Speedway, just a generic advertisement. I think I've got some sign that's on around the main grandstand that says that, you know, when you're on the road and you pass by a dirt track. No, maybe that was Panther Speedway, which I'll show you later. No, here it is. Down here too. See, that's the outside advertisement. Luigi's late models, Mario's modifieds, Bowser's bombers, and sprint cars. Can't find a good enough Mario character with the first name to start with S. Sorry if you hear voices in the background. Those are a couple of my friends talking. And so now, next up, Bloomington, since it's right next to Bowser in the menu. And this is my home track, my home dirt track in Bloomington, Indiana. Before I moved to the Evansville area, and Tri-State Speedway Hopstop became my home track. The latest version is too big and is just a mess. I'm going to redo it. I'm not even going to show it to you. And so, this is straight from Dirt Track Racing 2 version with almost no changes. I might update the billboards to make more like local advertisements that are actually in Bloomington Speedway. I might grab some from the Bloomington 2013. Okay, here's the fan cam. Hold on. As you can see, looks like a go-kart track because it's a quarter mile. And then here's some stuff. Now, one inaccuracy that Rat Bag always makes when doing this track is that the caution lights do not hang on a post like that. They're just straight up on the pole and not with that extra thing looking like a stoplight or whatever. And I didn't realize the incorrectly textured red light. So I might fix in Bloomington 2017, along with a few changes like correcting the whole caution light since I can, and updated billboards. Here's the concession stand. Oh yeah, I have to wait in line to get whatever food I need here. And yeah, even though this is not my current home track, my parents and my younger sister still live here, and so I go there quite a bit. So I go there, and I get to go by myself because I'm not with staff, and my parents know I'm allowed to do it. I mean, no, I'm okay with being by myself for a little while. Here's the pits. I spend a lot of time with my favorite, mostly super stock and modified and Hornet drivers. I'm more of a stock car guy, chatting it up and discussing racing and stuff, and how to get started and how they got started and stuff. I guess that's the event like bulletin or whatever, like, or what, like the piece of paper in there might be like what order which driver starts in and heats and mains and stuff. As you can see, it's pretty hilly, except in the grandstands are on a hill, but the pit grandstands, which I use a lot for my fictional and other, like some of my real tracks, grandstands are man-made. In which another inaccuracy I did was I forgot to click invert on the mask when I did the alpha channel for the grandstand side texture, and the grandstand's side ended up looking like a bunch of black tangrams. See, this is good that I'm doing this because I'm realizing mistakes that I made that I never have before when I release these things, and I'll get to re-release them, like the World of Outlaws trailer missing a texture in Gas City. Okay, I'm gonna exit out. Now next is Fairbury American Legion Speedway in Fairbury, Illinois. Shout out to Christopher Rhodes, who runs NASCAR Heat simulator with a real dirt late model and is heavily using this track and loves it, and the people who made the R Factor version of this track, who didn't mind me converting this or their Farmer City track, which is also a track in Illinois that Chris Rhodes heavily visits. Hold on. So, yeah, as you can see, the frame rate kind of dropped because it's a higher poly track, and NASCAR Heat tends to not do so well with higher poly stuff because someone explained to me that, like, the reason why these tracks run better in R Factor than NASCAR Heat is because NASCAR Heat's an older game, and it takes it much more power. It's a lot harder for it to run the same amount of polygons that R Factor runs on the same computer. So, yeah, Fairbury American Legion Speedway. Actually, see, this is a dirt mile track on the outside, I think. See a little bit of that. Yeah, Chris told me it used to be a horse racing track. Now, this is the American flag, and that's the scoreboard. There's the road. And I saw what looked like textures of 3D people somewhere. I'm gonna go look for them real quick. Yeah. Wow, this is actually. Oh, here we go. There's some people, like some reporter or something. Some random woman or something. I'm gonna try and go up the stairs actually, but first I'm gonna look at the fan cam. I can't see much. I've still got a few more surprises to go, and this track tour. So there are the people, and I'm going to try to chat with them. Hey everyone, how are you doing? The race looks good. And is that your head in the back? No, it's not. It's just weird looking hair. So yeah, I don't know. Is this the Victory Lane? Can't tell. Yep, it is. Oh god, 2011. Oh, don't matter. Looks good enough. Now, Chris said there were some minor adjustments to the track last year, but overall he's pleased with how it turned out. The Heat version, based on this R Factor version did. So next is Farmer City. 2017. My first one, if you ever saw it, was atrocious. Too blocking and bumpy and low poly. So yeah, I'm gonna start right there, and then this too is another fairgrounds track encased in a mile track. Except I think this mile track is complete. I might actually make a special edition of this track where you race the mile. It'd be so freaking awesome. It'd be flat though, but it'd be awesome to go at such high speeds. My super dirt late models, my super dirt late models can go like 170, 180 miles per hour on a mile long track, mile dirt track. Probably a little faster than NASCAR. Now I don't know if are these grandstands. I can't tell. Oh, it's spilling. I think this actually has some 3D people in it too. Yep, it does. Wow. There's a grandstand. But I don't get why they have 3D people in the like reporting tower or wherever, but not a 3D flag man. Are these 3D people too? Oh crap! Wow, the detail. I bet if I deleted them, I'd get a much better frame rate. Yeah, it's Farmer City, like the grandstands and stuff, extra grandstands. Yeah, this would be really neat to run the mile. In fact, I'm gonna see if I can run my car. Actually, no, because I forgot I blocked it off. See, look what's gonna happen. Actually, wait a minute, hold on. Look for my car. It's actually working. Is Eldora 2016. Thank you, DTR2 community, and what's his name? Raymond Balch, for letting me use all his DTR2 tracks. So straight off the bat, this looks more modern than the previous Eldoras that have been released for dirt track racing too. Way more going on. I mean, NASCAR Heat and DTR2. Way more going on, and way more people watching, and looks more like a Stewart era Eldora. Oh god, the frame rate actually dropped quite a bit when I moved to the track, like the grandstands. Talk about detail. This is dirt track racing too, where you're basically extremely limited on polygons. This is not NASCAR Heat or R Factor. Looks really nice. You can see the whole track. Looks just gorgeous. Yeah. One of my favorite tracks I hope to go to one day. See World 100 or something. Probably not the Camping World Truck Series race because I'm not into NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. Oh god, there's a mosquito. The billboards. Yeah. One of the biggest name dirt ovals in probably the world. So yeah. I'll tell you one thing. I don't like Tony Stewart that much, but I do like how much he renovated Eldora Speedway and bought it out and made it more popular, made dirt track racing as a whole, dirt oval racing as a whole popular. Dirt track at Charlotte is up next. Home to the World Outlaws World Finals for both the late models and sprint cars. Okay, now where is it? Somewhere. There's Charlotte Motor Speedway in the background. I don't know what this random patch is. Some random vehicles. I think I made the Y scale of this too high because I wanted it to be a little higher bank for better racing. Still turned out pretty good and even racier than it originally was. I don't know what this is. I'm thinking This is over here. I'm thinking that this set of grandstands over here is like, I think this set of grandstands over here represents Z-Max Dragway at Charlotte, which is a drag strip that opened up a few years ago that has 4 lanes. Dirt track at Charlotte. Once again, another really good dirt track racing 2 track that looks almost dead on like the real counterpart. There's a big flag stand. Oh, there's a flag man. I'm gonna wave the checkered flag at Davey Berg. He's gonna win because he's so freaking awesome. Because he's me. And hold on, make sure turn correct. I've got it. So there's a track. It's like 3/8 a mile or half mile. Okay, next is Davey Bird's backyard. It's 1/8 mile dirt oval. Actually, red clay in Lake Monroe, Bloomington, Indiana. That my Davey Bird character who represents myself has in his backyard in Lake Monroe. Backyard. So there's his little country house. And there's the grandstands, which you can't see fans from this view, but you can. And like when racing, I didn't figure out how to make things double-sided until like during this point. Just real basic. I want to get a helicopter camera this to give you an idea of how freaking small this track is. See, my dirt late model looks big on it. Much going on. It's very woodsy. Sometimes so. Because let me tell you something. My parents and I, when I was around 12, wanted to move to Lake Monroe. We'd have like a big house where my whole family would live. Fortunately, that never happened because too many people were afraid of bugs and crap. Okay. Another track that I made a couple years ago, and this is actually based on this is actually a DTR2 conversion, is Columbus Speedway in Missouri. Now I'll tell you what. When I was like 12 or 13 or 14, I was watching I think either Extreme Dirt Car Series or World of Outlaws Late Model Series on Speed Channel before that converted to Fox Sports 1, which I absolutely disagree with because MAV TV is not that popular and not accessible in most places, even in his home city of Indiana. Anyways, I was watching Luke Soil Late Model Dirt Series or World of Outlaws Late Models or Extreme Dirt Car Series, one of the three. And they were at a dirt track with a very interesting feature that I'll show to you in a little bit. And I remembered that feature of the track and not the name until a couple years ago. Let's look at this. Okay, there's the grandstands, typical of a dirt track. Wall, typical of a dirt track. Scoreboard, typical of a dirt track. But see these little structures over here? These are fan boxes that fans made, like these structures. These fan boxes that actual fans made. They built themselves to stay in and watch the races. Now head off to the track promoters for letting them do this. This is in Columbus, Mississippi, not Indiana. There's a parking lot back there. Obviously, most of these people are in the fan boxes when watching a race. It's nice, deep red clay, 3/8 mile track. You can even drive in the infield. So yeah, there's a like score tower, not a score tower, but like some electric something. So yeah. Hold on. Got it wrong. Here we go. Here's the fan cam. I'm gonna like look through one of the fan boxes and see what kind of view these guys have from the track. See, pretty nice. A little bit closer than the grandstands, I think. And as you can see, I forgot to remove the black from between people's legs and infield, so I'm going to adjust that later. Now here's Davy Bird Speedway. It's the track that I, as my Davy Bird cardinal-headed character, am the owner and promoter of in RSR Town, which is a suburb of RSR City. This kind of looks is kind of based on Gassy I-69 Speedway, based on the design. A wall only on the front stretch and kind of D-shaped, and this is a third of a mile. There's the billboards over there. Yeah, caution lights. See if you can see it from the other side. Yep, so it's dual-sided. This is the hot dog stand. Then here's the grandstands, press box, all that kind of stuff. I didn't incorporate flagmen into my track until the arena track, which I'm about to show you next, because I forgot all about that. One of my favorite tracks I actually made recently, or possibly ever. It's inside a basketball or hockey arena. Okay, so next we'll do RSR Arena. No, RSR Bank. That's just Banker's Lot. No, that's not Bank Lot Fieldhouse. That my mistake. I thought it was one of those arena and stadium tracks I did years ago that were a disaster that I got like Google Maps. I mean not maps, but SketchUp models for, and I poorly converted them. But Arena 16. There's a lot going on in this track. This temporary arena circuit. So here we go. It's pretty packed. Got individuals sitting. Look at this. You can see the whole track. RSR Arena, great racing action. Because normally this is a basketball, like a college or pro basketball arena. And that neon, like the LCD, only says that when it has its weekly racing program, the only arena in the United States and possibly the world that has a weekly racing program. I'll tell you what, they're much better than the Indy Invitational, or at least than what I heard it was. See, it's jam-packed with fans, the most fans at any of my tracks probably. Go through the scoreboard. Want to get a closer look. See, they have to pay like $50 for right here. Right till the car can crash into me because I didn't add a fence. Now it's plastered with nothing but billboards, Luke Soil, Mad TV, all kind of stuff. Thank you to the Dirt Track Racing 2 community for the billboards. And that Luke Soil Rockstar balloons. This track's real thin, by the way. So better for sprint cars or midgets or mini sprints or go-karts or something. And then here's Canaan Fair Speedway. This is the asphalt track I was talking about. It's looking real nice, a little bumpy, but still looking real nice. God, why is my dirt late model having a spasm on it? Like crap. Probably didn't set up right. Anyways, see, yep. I will explain what you saw in a second. So, there's a quarter-mile short oval. It's like rounded in the front. I mean, not in the front, but in the back stretch. And got a little structure over there. Would go good with the upcoming wheel modified and late model stock car mods and stuff. And here's the grandstands. Here's the flagman. Because it's not going to be, well, it's not a conversion of the NASCAR Racing 2003 season nor R Factor versions, because I am quite unhappy with both of them, because the NASCAR Heat version, it's 3/8 of a mile, might be a little too big and doesn't have the dirt track in the background or anything. And it's just halfway decent. I'm going to change that the inner front stretch wall to be white like the rest of it, because I found out that's how it is. And the R Factor version, I like how it looks, but there are two major problems. Number one, the grandstands don't have any fans in them. And number two, because of probably R Factor's physics or something, you have to really turn real slow and easy on that track because of how winding the backstretch is, or else you'll end up lighting the tires and your car will be way overly tight and you won't be able to turn anymore. And so definitely on that, I'll give you a tip for the R Factor Canaan Fair Speedway asphalt track. Number one, turn the wedge all the way down. Number two, use a wheel. So yeah, so there's a parking lot, and you can see there's a dirt track over there. Canaan Fair Speedway has a dirt track and asphalt track. This is the dirt track, and it's basically the same shape as the asphalt track. I made it a little smaller. Yeah, as covered seating that's typical of a fairground dirt track, and new fence design I made. And I believe the flagman is in the infield. I'm not for sure, but I think they are right now. I mean, the vehicles and stuff. Good for my upcoming Northeast Modifieds and Pro Stocks for NASCAR Heat for RSR Dirt Sim 2017. So be on the lookout for that. I'll let you know how far along I've come with it. Now, my Pro Stocks are actually going to use the I'm definitely changing the caution light, but my Pro Stocks are definitely going to use my Short Tracker Series late model, light pavement late model, super late model stock car body, which I already am in the middle of designing them, and they look pretty good and they handle pretty good. They handle real easy and go kind of slow, not really fast. I'm trying to model it after a 604 crate engine, like 400 horsepower and stuff. And so yeah, this, Fonda, and possibly a few other upcoming dirt tracks in the Northeast, where the Pro Stocks race alongside the Modifieds. I might make the Springfield Mile. I don't know, but I'll tell you one thing: that NASCAR Heat, NASCAR Racing 2003 season has the best looking, has almost every big dirt fairground mile track in America, and they're the best looking out of the ones of NASCAR Heat, Dirt Track Racing 2, R Factor, NASCAR Heat, Dirt Track Racing 2, R Factor, and NASCAR Racing 2003 season. I say NASCAR Racing 2003 season definitely owns the competition in dirt fairground mile tracks. Now I'm thinking about making like a NASCAR Racing 2003 season offline series and making some big events at the dirt fairground miles, mainly for my ARCA style series featuring video game characters, and dirt late model series, which will have sign-ups for the default dirt late models thanks to the bull ring. It says fan cam. I have a blast from my Pro Stocks and Modifieds here. Okay, so now next, let's see, Brownstown. What other tracks? Fun doesn't have that interesting yet. Oh yeah, Macon Speedway. This is another good dirt track, dirt oval in Illinois, and right off the bat, you can tell that even though this is main dirt track racing too, it is both low poly and detailed. You can see it's got good grandstand stuff. It's actually a fifth of a mile, a little bit shorter than a quarter of a mile. But because of its short track size, the race starts instantly when you load the race. And so what I figured to do is simply make the pace lap slower. You do this by not changing the yellow speed in the track that Val text. You change the pit speed, because apparently for some reason in the opening pace lap the cars go by the pit speed. You make that value quite a bit lower depending on how much shorter your track is than a quarter of a mile. The pits is my buddy VLR Shocks Holler, as well as some other people in the Dirt Track Racing 2 community. And another thing too is the R Factor version. I'll tell you what, the R Factor version of Macon Speedway sucks. I mean, it don't look right and not that detailed. It was half behind it and not as good as this, and the AI went through the walls all the time and looked too boring and basic and rudimentary and didn't have all the details that this Dirt Track Racing 2 version had. It didn't even have the freaking Turn 4 lounge sign. Who the heck forgets that? That's one of the staple features. It had the lounge, but it didn't have the sign. You couldn't tell it was. So yeah, whoever made the DTR2 version of this knows way better how to edit tracks than whoever made the R Factor version. Which I think I know who made the R Factor version. I'm not saying who it is because I don't know. I just have been annoyed by that guy lately. Okay, so anyways, and then next track is Panther Speedway. Panther Speedway. This actually has an interesting story behind it. This track actually started out, as you can see, as a high school running track and football field. And then a few years ago, track promoters bought it out when the school moved and put dirt over the running track, and then here's the sign when you pass by the track. They put dirt over the running track, modified the scoreboard so that you can see who's in top four, actually top three, and then what lap you're on, and then changed the press box a little bit and made the high school the museum for the track, which doesn't have anything yet, but might in the future. Little Easter eggs like what's in Bowser's Castle. That'd be a really good staple for me to do for my RSR tracks. If there's a building, put some stuff in it. Yep, Panther Speedway Museum, still under construction. It's a quarter mile track because the high school running tracks are usually a quarter mile. So now there's another track I'm working on. There's a third track I'm working on called StarFox Speedway. Or rather, McCloud and Lombardi StarFox Speedway. It's a third of a mile high banked dirt oval in Corneria City, Corneria, home to StarFox people, StarFox characters. Now, as you can see, this is a typical dirt track. It's got the Corneria City in the background on either side. Looks average, but an R-wing flyover. How awesome is that, folks? I actually managed to get the Smash Brothers Brawl R-wing models into the game. And another thing is there's another R-wing over here that the fans can get in and play around. The kids can play around and all kinds of stuff. And there's a parking lot in Corneria City and a buildings over there advertising that StarFox Speedway is racing now on either side. And I wish you could have animation in NASCAR Heat, but you can in NASCAR Racing 2003 season and R Factor, because then they make these R Wings go places. Now I'll tell you what. No, I was tossing around the idea of making more StarFox animal style fans in the grandstands, but I decided not to. Wouldn't be worth my time for a small detail like that. So let's just say these fans who are at StarFox Speedway are just American rednecks who happen to be on a vacation to Corneria. And that probably explains why there are so many Earth-style cars in the parking lot. And there's the backstretch seating. Still, the wall looks a little uneven, but it's looking better than what it was like, well, yesterday. That's my R-Wings. So yeah, I'm going to change some things, make both day and night version. I just decided to start with the night version because it's so much more epic. Because it's StarFox, and StarFox is known for, flying and battling in space and stuff. So yeah. There's a flagman. Once again, flag stand. The flagman is in the infield. So yeah. Let me see. Oh yeah, Rock Box is interesting dirt track. I'm not going to give you a track tour for it, but just look at the design. It's basically like dirt Flemington. Remember Flemington, the old squared oval shaped dirt track? Dirt oval in Flemington, New Jersey, that later got converted to pavement and then closed. And this is a quarter mile version, basically. It's in Randle County. Another Randle County track I want to show you is Randle County Speedway. Yep, that's my old OC Sonny Scaley's car, which I still make him in pictures a little bit. Now, first off, when I make a new version of this track, I need to replace the DeviantArt logo, because DeviantArt logo changed a few weeks after I released this track into a logo that I don't think looks as good, but still. Here's the backstretch grandstands. There's a scoreboard on either side. It's a third of a mile dirt track in Randle County. It's the Eldora of Randle County, or Randleton, probably, the fictional area I made up, because it's the most prestigious, most well-known, highest paying dirt track that hosts the biggest dirt late model and sprint car and modified super stock and street stock events in the whole nation of Randleton. So when people think of dirt oval racing in Randleton, they think of Randle County Speedway first, usually. Just extra grandstands on one side. Now, lizard layer, well, actually I'll show you a few of my fictional billboards. Lizzie Thigpen's Fitness Center. Right from the get-go, when I designed Sammy Scaly's girlfriend Lizzie, I pictured her as being active while being real big and curvy, but she's thick but fit, let's put it that way. She knows how to get thick in all the right places and make big look good. So she works out in her fitness center a lot, her health club. She does that in the big Lizard Lair building, which Sammy Scaly owns. Just look at all the stuff it has. Event Center, Hotel, Mall, Stadium, 1648, Provincetown Street, Randle County C, RC. There are several things I did there. 1648, 16 is my current lucky number and Davy Bird's number. 48 is Sammy Scaly's number. North, I don't know why I said North, but Provincetown Street. Provincetown is one of my favorite places in Cape Cod, Massachusetts. It's real fun. You should go there sometime. In Randle County City. That's where Randle County Speedway is, in Randle County City. Lizard Performance, Racing Engines. I don't know, nor am I real familiar with a lot of racing engine companies, so I just made up a lot of my own brands. And Lizard Performance is obviously Sammy Scaly's brand. They can make anywhere from 300 horsepower to 1,000. A few 4-cylinder engines, and then they got a lot of V6s and V8s. And so yeah. And then here's an old track I made, Randle Hall, based on Assembly Hall from IU. It's a college basketball stadium. It's a hardwood track, just like they used to make in the old days. This is back when my modeling was a lot less good, and this is too low poly, and not as good, but still better than some of my tracks I made before. I might redo this track, maybe make some grandstands on the side, make a stand-up crowd. Yeah, March Madness Sprint Car Series. March Madness Sprint Series. Might make a Dirt Endwood version of this. And this is actually based on a DRT track. And this track is real big on sprint cars, which is why I might convert it to R Factor. Yeah, see, that's one thing that I regret about my early days in NASCAR Heat, was that I borrowed too much from DRT. I should have made it more of my own, like I do now whenever I edit DRT stuff. Like a bunch of billboards from DRT. And then, like, not enough grandstand, the crowds are flat and stuff. But yeah, otherwise, it kind of gives you the college basketball experience while watching your favorite sport, auto racing. Until then, let me see, State Speedway is another old dirt track I made a few years ago, actually. It's in Sprott, Alabama, which almost none of you have heard of, probably. Really tiny town that my grandparents live in, but the seating is massive for a dirt track, especially in a small town. Full bull seating, like Bristol, except for it's a lot smaller. It's quarter mile, real racy, bull seating, and that's about the only thing it has going for it. There's the flag stand right there. And this is an edit of DRT Andover. Once again, this is my early days when I was editing DRT stuff and not changing it much and not knowing what the heck I was doing. Oh, I made my own fairground mile, actually. Hold on. No, this isn't the right one. I think RSR and Fairground are on the same name, the same word. So hold on. So this is RSR Fairgrounds. It's another DRT edit. Once again, made in my modding infancy. It's 1 mile Dirt Speedway in RSR Fairgrounds in RSR Town. So you can get a little bit of like that frozen custard. I don't know, but it's like an ice cream stand, and now I like going on the pits. I hope to redo this and make a whole bunch of stuff going on in the pits. They like more random cars and stuff getting unloaded, and better fairground buildings, pavilions, and a stand-up crowd, and all the stuff I overlooked when I was not that experience at NASCAR Heat modding. Heck, I'm still not that experience. This is base track. The base track is DRT, Nebraska, paved, and that's probably why it's so darn fast. I need to make it have like the dirt value for the surface. See, it's just a massive track. And then there's, see, this is like Tri-State 2013, I think. This is a real good track. This is my best version of the track. All of them suck, but this has to be the best. No, it's too low banked. The other ones, certain things about it tick me off more than this one. This is the overall general idea of how Tri-State Speedway looks in real life. Besides the blocky crowd, this is a edit of DRT. I think Albion or something. Yeah, Albion. It's basically if DRT were to make Tri-State Speedway, it'd be like this. A lot of these billboards, a lot of these local billboards are from the R-Factor version of Tri-State Speedway, which is made from JCR at the adjacency race, so credit goes to him. But I made this part myself to better match the Tri-State Speedway scoreboard, which actually is only on one side and only says what lap you're on, what the lead lap is. So it looks pretty good. Oh yeah, Foxville. It's another dirt track, another dirt oval in Randle County. And another dirt oval in Randle County. It has college ball style seating, a little bit bigger than Sprott. I mean, it doesn't cover the whole track, but it's still a little bit hot. It's a little bit more capacity. It's got a hot dog stand on every section, too. Concession stand on every section. And then it's high banked on either side, kind of like StarFox. I think this is like a 3/8 of a mile track. Oops. I always get those darn controls confused. And then there's some random building. I think I based this on Harrison County from Dirt Track Racing 2, one of the default tracks. Wait, hold on. Oh, here we go. Oh, I see, like F. The other mistake I made was that I sunk the grandstands over here too much in the ground. Yeah, Foxville is another one big names in Randle County Dirt Ovals. It's just a gorgeous track too. Let's get a Google Earth view of it. Yeah, see? It's kind of big. It's real wide too. Falcon Field. Now this is an old track I made using another DRT track. I made like 3 or 4 different stadium style tracks using like only a couple DRT tracks as the base. Ellsberg Falcons. There's a video screen with cheap crap on it. Of course I had to add Diet Mountain Dew on it because that's my... Yeah, why am I hitting a wall because my controller's rumbling? Hold on. There we go. Now, I'm actually going to try some... I'm going to test something out. I'm going to sit right here and I'm going to see if I can control my car from... Wait, where is it? Shoot. We'll start. Here we go. I'm going to actually see if I can run a lap around here with my keyboard. I'm going to go slow because I'm not the good dirt racing with the keyboard, but let's see if you can watch me and I can watch myself drive a full lap on this same dirt track from the top of the stadium. It's got lights. You gotta turn. You can hear the engine backstretch since the car's closer to you. Let's see. The lap time thing should come up. Not for sure though. Yep. 48 seconds. The slowest dirt oval track time in history. Dusty Bowl. Now I'll tell you what, this is a halfway decent track, but it's got bad cameras and what I call overbanking. And plus the mapping isn't... Oh, actually the mapping is good. Just I couldn't tell. And then the fans can't really see the track, so I'm going to go a little bit higher because the wall's too darn high. I'm going to run a lap around that too. Shifting the gear. Wait a minute, hold on. I actually forgot. I accidentally pressed the button I use normally a shifting gear to into it, but I actually had a mapping joystick. This high bank is basically like a quarter-mile permanent dirt Bristol, where it's like ridiculously high bank. Now, Sammy Scaley had a good friend named Tiger, who originally was an immigrant from Thailand, who is a Tiger girl who used to race pure stocks at this track, Dusty Bowl Speedway in Randle County. And then he put her in a dirt late model around like 2005, 2006. And then now, the Blizzard Layer Racing Team. Now, the Blizzard Layer Racing Team consists of 3 drivers: Sammy Scaley, obviously, and 2 girls who he put through his driver development program. Lizzie, his girlfriend, obviously, and Tiger. Let's see how slow this lap time is. 56. And this track's even shorter and high bank. I I'm just not even trying. Dusty Bull, Davy Bird. Are there any more? I'm going to show you. Backyard Bank. These are all the dirt tracks I have. RSR. Maybe volunteer. I might throw one more in. See, taking. Volusia, Kentucky, oh yeah, Bloomington Mile. This is an experimental track I made where I stretched Bloomington Speedway to about a mile in length. It looks very weird and too wide and all that other crap. So let me show you how big the track is. And that I should have adjusted some of the stuff such as fans and stuff. So they wouldn't be so fat or it would be so wide or so big or anything. Where's my car? Oh, it's all the way back over there. Okay. So see, yeah, this is a way bigger version of Bloomington. I'm thinking of actually putting Lernerville and Luke's Oil in sometime. To be honest, I plan on putting a lot of tracks in. This is a mile-long Bloomington Speedway track. Bloomington on steroids. So yeah, not much has changed, except for the length and size of the overall track model. Might come back to this in the future. I don't know. So there you have it. There are your RSR track tours. This is Davy Bird from RSR Dirt Sim signing out. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and go to rsrdirtsim.webs.com, listed right here, for all your latest NASCAR Heat Dirt Oval mods. Bye.